I mean, look, anytime I get to dive deeper into a Kripke universe, it's I know it's going to be filled with a lot of twists and turns, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So yeah.
How did you feel just seeing the fan reaction to the spinoff, knowing that this character would continue?
I mean, look, you hope it's received well. I mean, we don't necessarily know just yet. My fingers are crossed. But you know, this cast of the boys and the writers and producers and Sony and Amazon have done such an amazing job at curating the fandom that is the boys fans. So I'm hoping that we can just capitalize on that as much as we can, and that they will go with us on this new journey. I think in the 26 years or whatever it is, 21 years.
21 years, yeah.
21 years that he and I have worked together. I think there's only ever been maybe one time that I've had to call and be like, can we maybe not do exactly that, but maybe just, but I'll say this, I never ever want to just say no to Krip, because he doesn't just do, I mean, he'll say he does, but I know he doesn't just do things to do things. There's always a propellant there. There's always, whether it's story or whether it's character, and I always want to service that as best as I possibly can. So, and again, going back to what Ant said, like, he's just a really great collaborator in that regard, and he hears you and he listens to you and he wants to work with you and figure out a solution that works for the story and the character, and it's a great world to play in when you got somebody like this running it.
You did an amazing job not answering that question.
Thanks.
The only thing that I didn't even think about, it was only in hindsight, was actually not on this show. It was on Gen V when he put me up in the air, 80 feet or whatever it was, and I found out that I'm actually terrified of heights. Swore like a
what
truck
a time
driver.
to figure that out.
Yeah, good time to figure it out. But no, it was I think Eric said, like, yeah, well, I didn't realize he was going to go that high.
I
like,
didn't.
Let's get the actor down. Yeah. But no, that was, it really has been, it's been quite a treat, it's been very special.
Those characteristics about her, because these characters are multidimensional and complicated, that you'll miss the most.
I love that Annie is a superhero who is not defined by her invincibility, but by her humanity. I think that is the core to who she is. That is the grounding nature of her that Eric Kripke, the showrunner, and I have made sure rings true every season and remains the grounding element of who she is. And I'll just miss playing this badass female who has this level of strength that is totally defined by her humanity and her flaws, as opposed to just this, once again, definition of being this invincible superhero. It's the definition of the humanity behind that superhero that really makes her who she is.
Who was that last person that you shared a scene with right before they called rap on your character?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Yeah, my last day was with Aaron, and I believe Laz was there. But he didn't rap on the same day, but I think it was, and Carl. So Aaron and Carl were there. It was a group sequence, and Joanna, our AD, lied to us and said, this is not the last shot, because I kept asking her, right? And I was like, oh, is this the last shot? Is this the last shot? I just got anxious, and it's hard for me to let go. And so she told me a white lie so that I don't start crying during the take, and rightfully so, because as soon as she called, and that's a wrap on Karen Fukuhara, waterworks. It was just nonstop, and yeah, it was a really special day. And then the next day, I think I had a really small pickup with the second unit, and so that was quite nice too, because I got to come back. And
we've generally, people aren't leaning on satire as much as I think we should in these times. When stuff gets the hardest, the darkest, when fascism is the most present, that's when satire is really supposed to kick off. So it was, I was just really felt very privileged to get to be part of this show that has, from jump, always been we see it, we all see what's happening here, right? We see it well enough that we can tell jokes about it, because that's how you know you really understand something. If you can tell a joke about it, you get it.
I mean, look, it's really unsettling because we wrote it 2 years ago. We wrote it before Trump was elected for the second term. And we were basing it on history. That's what we were looking at. We were looking at what happens in countries that have like authoritarian creep, like what happens in Eastern Europe or South America or, Germany. And what happens is a lot of statues about a leader who starts saying that they're there by divine right and then building camps. And the fact that all of these things happened before we even aired, we genuinely thought we were doing something a little out there. And it ended up sort of becoming reality in a way that's not great for reality.
This will almost, in a strange way, empower audiences who watch this and are like, oh, this is funny, but I also see how this is unacceptable.
I do. I actually feel like if there's any silver lining to get out of this dumpster fire, it's that, especially young people might see a golden statue of Trump and say, oh, wait, I saw something like that on The Boys, and it was so ridiculous that this is completely ridiculous. And I think there's real value in that kind of satire of just pointing out how silly it all is.